Here's the advice every rescue cat owner gets. And it's not wrong, but it's not enough. Be patient. That's it. That's the entire guidance most people receive. When they bring home a rescue cat who hides under the bed, flinches at movement, or spends their first 2 weeks as an invisible presence somewhere in the back of a closet, be patient. As if time alone is the active ingredient. Here's the thing. Time without direction isn't a method. A rescue cat who is simply left alone to come around on their own schedule may take months to show any trust, and some never fully do, not because the bond isn't possible, but because patience without the right approach is just waiting. And waiting, by itself, doesn't build trust. What builds trust is a very specific sequence of inputs delivered in a very specific order that speaks directly to what a rescue cat's nervous system actually needs to hear. Here's what most cat owners don't realize. Bonding with a rescue cat isn't about personality or luck or whether your cat is one of the friendly ones. It is a process. A neurological process. And it follows steps that behavioral science has now identified clearly enough that you can follow them deliberately rather than just hoping. Today we're going through every step. Step 1. The sanctuary room, the step most owners skip. Here's where almost every rescue cat story goes wrong from day one. Most owners bring a new rescue cat home and give them the whole house. Every room. Every corner. Full access from the very first moment. It feels generous. It feels like the right thing to do. To a rescue cat's nervous system, it is overwhelming. Cats, particularly those from stressful backgrounds, use spatial familiarity as a primary safety cue. A large, unfamiliar environment with multiple unpredictable sightlines, sounds, and movement isn't freedom. It's threat. The research on rescue cat behavior is consistent. Cats introduced to one small, quiet, fully equipped room first. Food, water, litter, hiding spots, an elevated perch establish their baseline of safety dramatically faster than cats given full home access immediately. Choose one room. Set it up completely. Close the door. Let your rescue cat claim that space as theirs before the rest of the house is introduced. This single step compresses weeks of hiding into days for most rescue cats because you've given their nervous system something it can actually process. A territory small enough to map, safe enough to settle in. Step 2. Exist before you interact. Here's the step most owners rush, and rushing it costs more time than it saves. Before your rescue cat will accept touch, before they will approach you, before any reciprocal interaction is possible, they need to experience you as a non-threatening presence. Not a kind presence. Not a generous presence. Just a safe one. Kitty Care Hub's June 2026 Bonding Guide, verified by veterinary behaviorists, gives specific guidance. Sit on the floor in your cat's room and read aloud or simply exist quietly. Your scent and voice will begin to register as non-threatening before any physical contact takes place. This is not passive. This is the most active trust building available to you in the early stage. Because you are teaching your cat's amygdala, the part of their brain that processes threat, to categorize you as background rather than danger. Every hour you spend nearby without pursuing, grabbing, or forcing interaction reduces the threat association attached to your presence. Don't make eye contact initially. Don't reach toward them. Don't try to coax. Just exist. The goal of this step is not interaction. It is the absence of threat. Step 3. Let chemistry do the work. The oxytocin rule. Here's where the science changes the strategy entirely, and where most owners get it exactly backwards. A February 2025 study published and covered by Science Alert measured oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in cats during interactions with their owners. The finding was specific and important. Oxytocin rose in both the cat and the human during relaxed physical contact. But only when the cat initiated the contact. Owners who forced cuddles on avoidant cats saw oxytocin levels actually drop. The chemistry of the bond, the literal hormonal foundation of the relationship, activates only when the cat chooses the interaction. This means every time you reach for a rescue cat who hasn't offered themselves, however gently, however well-intentioned, you are not building the bond. You are chemically preventing it. The rule is simple and absolute. Let them come to you first. Every single time. Place your hand near them and let them sniff, approach, or make contact on their own terms. The moment they initiate. The moment their nose touches your hand, their head presses against your fingers, oxytocin rises in both of you simultaneously. The bond is being built in chemistry, not just behavior. Patience, in this context, is not passive waiting. It is the active, daily practice of keeping your hands still until they move first. Actionable takeaways. Set up the sanctuary room today, if you haven't already. One room, fully equipped, door closed. Give your rescue cat a territory they can actually process before expanding their world. Schedule 20 minutes daily of floor sitting in their space. No phone, no reaching, no eye contact. Just presence. Read a book out loud. Let your voice become familiar. Let your scent become background. This is your most important daily act in the early weeks. When your cat first approaches, and they will, resist every instinct to reach back immediately. Let them complete the approach entirely on their own. Let them sniff. Let them press against your hand if they choose. When they initiate contact, their oxytocin rises. When yours does too, the bond you're building has a physiological foundation that lasts. Track the milestones. First time they eat while you're in the room. First time they come out while you're present. First sniff of your hand. First head press. These are not small things. They are the steps of a nervous system slowly revising its model of humans from threat to safe. Each one is a victory worth recognizing. Here's the truth about bonding with a rescue cat. It is not about being the right kind of person, or having the right kind of energy, or being patient enough for long enough. It is about delivering the right inputs in the right sequence to a nervous system that has specific, biological requirements for concluding that you are safe. The sanctuary room that gives them a manageable world. The quiet presence that teaches your scent and voice to register as non-threatening. The still hands that let their chemistry choose the moment contact becomes a bond rather than a threat. You are not waiting for your rescue cat to come around. You are building the exact conditions their nervous system needs to arrive at the only conclusion that matters. You are safe. You are worth trusting. You are theirs. And now you know exactly how to help them get there. Where are you in your rescue cat journey right now? Drop it in the comments, hiding, slowly coming out, or fully bonded, and you want to tell me how long it took. Every story is different, and this community needs yours. I read every single one. If you made it this far, you understand something most people never will. Cats aren't just pets. They're complex, emotional, intelligent beings. Tap the video on your screen to keep learning the secret language of cats. And subscribe to Cat Class, because understanding your cat changes everything.